So within a matter of one day, we had lost every bit of security financially that we had come to depend on.
America's hurting so bad right now. Why are we going to launch something called Love the People in a climate like this? No one's going to care. Love is fierce and it takes a fight.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always come easy. Love hasn't left. It's been asleep. And I'm challenging people to reawaken it.
I think the dream is to just have such open hands that resources just flow through them to other people.
Welcome to The Human Experience. I'm Jennifer Peterkin, and this is episode 20, Ro Bree's Story, Part 2. If you haven't listened to Part 1 yet, I recommend you go back and do that before listening to this episode. To refresh those that have already tuned into Part 1, Ro and Bree are a husband and wife duo that have overcome some incredibly difficult challenges in their lives. After years of struggling through serious and ambiguous medical issues, life seemed to be leveling out. They had each other, they had good jobs, family, friends. As far as they were concerned, they were set. And then the pandemic hit, and as was the case for many, life looked a lot different. Out of the uncertainty, a dream was born and realized. Love the People is an ethical, sustainable clothing brand with a mission as radical as it is simple. Love people well. Personally, I love their clothes. They are the epitome of comfort and cool. But more than that, I admire their intention. It has served them and their community well. There are links in the show notes for you to check out Love the People, their mission, and their product. Personally, I love their t-shirts and the dad hat. They are both weekly staples in my closet. Listeners of the podcast can use the code TheHXPod20 for 20% off their order, which is so generous, so make sure you take advantage of the offer. Also, before we start, I want to take a minute to shout out Sip Coffee in Toledo for letting us use their conference room free of charge for the recording. It was extremely generous and so appreciated, so if you're in the area, make sure you stop in for a drink or something to eat, including vegan and gluten-free offerings. Now let's get to it.
When you get into a rhythm, you forget that anything can happen in any second. Then when something forcefully happens to stop everyone, you reevaluate. I often tell people, take time, even if you schedule time, to reevaluate things every so often without being forced to reevaluate them. Am I loving people well? Because it takes a funeral home sometimes for us to go, gosh, I need to change a couple things about myself. Why wait for that?
Yeah.
We have a thing, it's actually in the back of her jacket, and it says, above all else, love the people. And that's been something that we've lived forever. Above everything, love people well. And if you need to stop and reevaluate your situation, do it before you're forced to do it. A legacy that we leave is love. When you're gone, there are only a few things you can leave behind, and love's one of the biggest ones because it impacts so many people.
It's how you leave people that matters.
Oh, absolutely. That's really beautiful and kind of leads us into our next part of this, I think. So you guys had a very big shift during the pandemic. What were you doing prior to that, though?
We were both working for a corporation, and right when COVID was kind of at its highest and we were getting ready to lock down here in Ohio, our office was closed, and he and I were both working out of the same office for the same company. So within a matter of one day, we had lost every bit of security financially that we had come to depend on.
You're good.
He's so much better at this.
No, you're doing great.
If we were typing, I'd be like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, she was, and this is not a plug for Love the People, but please go to the website and read everything that she's written on everything. That's how she speaks way better than I do.
But also 100% plug Love the People.
Yeah, 100% plug. Go buy all of our stuff.
We'll take it.
Empty your bank accounts, it's fine. And more stuff's coming. But she's right, though. We both had the blessed opportunity to work in the same office. And she was working from home part-time when Mila was born. And family's so important to us. Our daughter, Mila, is the biggest blessing in the universe. We weren't able to have kids because of my blood disease. And so her being born was a miracle beyond anything. And when she was born, they tested her for what they think I have. And the nurse came sprinting down the hallway. She's perfect. And I got goosebumps. So it worked great. We were all together. It was flexible. And things were good.
And then just all of a sudden,
it was unplug and the bounce house deflates. No more 401k. Double income gone. No insurance. No vehicle. All at the same time. On the same day.
in a pandemic.
In a pandemic when no one's hiring. Driving home that day. She goes, how are you so calm? Because normally I'm the emotional basket case.
We switched roles for that 2 hours.
Yeah. And I get home and I'm like, you know what? My mom happened to be there. Mm-hmm. I think she knew we needed moral support. And plugged my mom. She's freaking unreal. Like, you wish you had a mom like her. And I mean, our whole family's like that. Incredible. Bree's family too. And my mom's like, you seem so calm. And I was like, I don't know why, but I am. And I think in some ways it was the biggest bit of relief because we knew something was in us for so long. But we were scared to walk away from all the things I just described.
Well, all the things you think you need. Like all
that's
the
human nature.
That you come to depend on, the security of certain things, and especially when you have a little one. And
sure.
Then your life just
we almost bought a house that week before. Bought a new house.
Yeah. Wow. So it was so crazy. We looked at all of these houses, and then when COVID started making its way over here, things just started changing so much in little ways. Like the last house we went to look at, it was beautiful, and we were going to put an offer in on it. And when we walk in the door, there's a little basket that the homeowner had put, and it's like, please wear these gloves.
And wear a mask and do this and don't touch this.
But nobody here was doing anything like that yet. And so we were like,
and we're
what
like,
is this? This is so
I think
weird.
it took us by surprise. We're like, whoa, we're really deep in this. Like, we don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
And so we have no jobs, no money, no one's hiring. Everybody was firing, they're laying off, or
the baby at home.
Yeah, got a new baby at home, and here I am running around the house eating cauliflower crust pizza going, this is awesome! We have no jobs and no money!
But we're okay.
But we're going to be good.
Was there almost a sense of, because I remember when COVID first happened, like, oh, it's going to be a few weeks of this, and then we're going to kind of get back to it.
2 weeks to flatten the curve.
Right.
Yes, I remember. I kept telling myself that every 2 weeks. I'm like, we're almost out of it. We're almost out of it. We're almost out of it.
It's going to be these 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was there almost this sense of like, this isn't really happening long term?
100%.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You nailed it. Mm-hmm. You're good at this podcast thing. 100%. We thought, oh, we're good. Even if it's not this job. You know, like in your brain, you're like,
we're employable.
Yeah, we're employable people. Like, we're doing good. Bree's like, I got, degrees in this, and I can do this, and I can do this. And I'm like, yeah, we got this. People have, come to us to ask us to work for them before. And so we go to Brandon and Steph's house.
Our dear friends.
Oh, God, they're like our best friends in the world. They're like the sweetest. What you want to be in life as people is them. We went to their house in the middle of the pandemic, and we're like, what are we going to do?
Well, what do you want?
And then they said, what do you want to do? He said, we know something's inside of you. Just say it. And I said, love the people. And he said, let's do it. I said, B, we ain't got no money. And Steph's like, no, we've already talked about this. We planned this out. We just ambushed you guys in love.
So we had been talking about love the people for the past maybe 2 weeks really intensely. Like, maybe this is
just her and I.
Like, we need to make this jump into something. Maybe this is the clean slate we needed to jump into something creative that we've always wanted to do.
Like, we had sticky notes like on the bathroom mirror, like love the people, and just like constantly.
The lookbooks, those first 5 lookbooks were already planned out in our heads. We had mapped them out. We had written the copy.
But we're like, how do we do it? And Steph said, we got you guys. We love you guys more than anything, and we want to do this with you. And they said, we're not going to charge you a dime. And we just want to be a part.
We just want to be on this journey with you.
We want to hold you and help you and carry you. And Steph's like, let's go. And I'm like, okay, let's go. Brandon goes, give me a few weeks, give me the idea, because he's a graphic guy and designer, and he's also a musician and very creative, super creative human. Equally, if not more so, a loving human. He's just a very genuine, like, you want him on your side as part of your team, your family. And Steph was even more so. And he would say that. So B's like, give me the ideas that you have, what you want things to look like. And so I did, and that's when he sent over, then we were like, holy crap, this is it. First try. And Steph's like, well, let's get on these photo shoots then. Let's start creating. So we started to create all this stuff, and we researched manufacturers. We thought, how do we love people without loving them from the point of conception, like the creating of goods, all the way to the receiving of goods. So when you buy something, we handwrite notes to you that are heartfelt. It's not repeated, and we think about it. We sit on it for a while. So we thought, we can't just go grab anything when we don't know where it's made.
Yeah, it was really hard to find a manufacturer that was aligned with our values and how we want to love the people to be represented to the world, and it would be really easy. I mean, there's lots of companies out there that
blanks, like blank companies.
that we could have
you can buy this for $1.
with. Yeah, but we knew that there was somebody out there that was perfect for us, and it took quite a while.
A lot of time, a lot of prayer, a lot of effort. So we reached out to a company and we said, will you guys take a chance on us? You don't know who we are. You guys have been on TED Talks, and you've been on USA Today. You've been on the Today Show. You've been on Good Morning America. Why would you take a chance on us? We aren't even anything yet. Gave them our vision. A few weeks go by, we get an email and said, we'd love to partner with you guys. We love what you're going to do. And we're like, oh my gosh, we have to do this now. You know what I mean? And that's when we started getting samples, and everything's 100% organic. All cotton's organic. It's fair trade. It's signed by the maker. It's ethical. It's sustainable. You can meet who made your clothes. That, to me, blew my mind. But it was our heart, though. Mm-hmm. We wanted something like that without knowing, so we teamed up. There was a factory over in Indonesia that collapsed and killed tons of people. Some of them were children. You can go research what happened. People covered it up because it was factories, and I'm not going to say the names, but big clothing manufacturers that use these types of factories. And it got pushed under the rug. And that's what we didn't want to do. But this system, they get paid well. They can create lives for their families. And when you scan the QR code and type in the name of who made your clothes, they hand sign the tag. Here, I got one on right now. They hand sign the tag. There's a QR code. Mm-hmm. There's a signature. You punch it in. Hi, my name's Malia. I have 3 kids. My husband's name is Brock. Or here are our dreams. Here's why we love working here. Eventually, we want to own our own manufacturing company. Or I want to be a scientist. My daughter wants to. And you learn. You're putting a face to fashion.
Yeah.
And so we thought we couldn't love people without loving everybody along the way.
And then even after the customer experience, when you make your purchase, 10% of your purchase goes to World Central Kitchen. And that was really important to us, to be a giving company, and it took us a while to figure out which nonprofit we wanted to team up with.
We bounced a bunch around.
Yeah, and there are so many out there doing really, really great work. But this one in particular with Chef Jose Andres, who started World Central Kitchen. And if you're not familiar, you can go to WCK.org. And
yes, look them up, please. I encourage you.
Yeah, they go out and they are front lines when there's a disaster. And they have structures in place. They go in and team up with local restaurants and markets and wholesalers and figure out, okay, what kind of food is here and how can we prepare it into meals so that everyone
while the hurricane's still happening, they're there helping people. They don't go in way after. They're boots on the ground in the middle of the tragedy happening.
But taking what the natural resources that are already there.
Yes,
that's really incredible.
Yes, it really is. It's huge. If you go to Disney Plus, if you have it, and they did a documentary on it, but it's really phenomenal to see them go through this process of him being so stricken by what is happening to these tiny islands that are in the middle of this terrible hurricane, and him just slinging on a backpack, taking all the cash that he has on hand and running down there with one of his other friends and figuring it out and realizing
this is bureaucracy
is holding us back from actually getting these people fed, so we're going to sidestep and do it on our own.
He goes, I wasn't doing it in a cocky way, like, I'm going to override everybody in the government. He goes, I was doing it to save lives. And it was interesting because now they're across the whole world. They're in Ukraine, especially in the height of the war. Mm-hmm. They were in bunkers feeding people.
Yeah. During COVID, they were in Appalachia feeding people. And it's just
during the fires in California, during hurricanes and earthquakes, and you name a spot, they have teams there.
And so for us, it was important that they not only do good work, but they're transparent with what they do. And there's a website called Charity Navigator, and they're a third-party auditor of nonprofits. And it's pretty rare for a nonprofit to get a 100% rating, and World Central Kitchen does.
Wow.
And so how they utilize all the income that comes in, they're not just paying administrators.
Right.
Like everything is going in to really help people, and that was really important for us.
That blew our mind. And down the road as well, we're going to change people probably yearly, like change organizations and try to, share the quote-unquote wealth with people. But it was important to us to be very, very, upfront and transparent and clear.
Absolutely. So loving people from conception to your customer experience, receiving of goods, and then after that money goes back into the community.
Here's what's crazy, the 1 minute story. So we were working when we were creating all this, and we were working downtown at the coffee shop, and there's a high-end salon across the street, and kind of know the manager a little bit, and he comes walking over, and he goes, "What are you guys doing?" And we told him a little bit, and he said, "You know what you guys should do? You guys should give back." He goes, "If it was me, I would do something called Love the People, Feed the People." And I turned my computer and I was on the screen, Love the People, Feed the People. He said, "Well, mother, bleep, bleep, bleep." He said, "That just freaked me out. I'm going to go now." He goes, "It looks like you don't need my help anymore." And he walked back out and said, "My God, I'm still a little shaken that I said that and you were working on that." He goes, "Okay, that messed me up." And it was just confirmation that love the people, feed the people. And she writes, explain what you wrote about the simplest way to love someone is to...
Yeah, there's something so powerful about meeting somebody's deepest need, like their most basic need, and that's food, shelter, water.
Yeah.
And just meeting them there in that moment and how that can change their life dramatically.
Yeah.
And that was really important to us. And there are so many valuable organizations and causes out there, but I think we felt that we had been so broken down and vulnerable ourselves.
When we went through our transition, somebody dropping food off to us, somebody dropping a case of water and a bag of groceries that we didn't expect, blew our mind.
Yeah.
And you were brought to reality really quick. Like I mentioned earlier about taking time to think things through, that you need people, and people need to help each other.
And that shapes how you view everything else that you go through, and how we were talking about the lens of compassion, and how when you go through experiences like his health issues and us walking through that together, and then building Love the People, and then as we'll tell you in a little bit, the story of how we launched and what happened after that. All of these experiences have shaped who we are, though I don't believe we are just the sum of everything that's happened to us. I believe that those just inform how we go forward.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Gosh, your story is incredible. And I so agree about there's something so human and so divine about meeting somebody's basic need.
That's good.
But why clothes? What was it? How did that...
That's a really good question.
It's you.
I know. Why clothes? I've always... Even as a kid, I was always into fashion. I went to a private school, and I would always push the envelope on what I was supposed to do. We had to wear a certain type of pant or a shirt, and I would roll them a different way, or I would do this a different way. And I was always into adding to something, or changing an outfit, or cutting it, or, adding pieces to it. And I would do things that weren't popular, but then, no, that's the truth.
I think you're just willing to take
a risk.
More risk.
Yeah, and what I think looks good or fun or different. And I've always loved clothing, but I love how, if it's done well, how it can make people feel. Wearing something you feel confident in gives you confidence. If you're comfortable, it makes you more confident. I believe it opens up parts of your heart. It opens up your personality. It opens up your ability to do things well. I even think it makes you smarter. I know it sounds silly, but your brain's not focused on the nerves of how I look. It releases your mind to go, oh, I'm confident in how I look today. Now I can let my brain focus on what I need to focus on and not be worried about what everybody's thinking about me.
And if you put something on that represents a thought or represents a belief, I mean, you carry that with you. There's so many people that wear our clothes that have come back to tell us, I was at the grocery store today and this person cut in front of me and, yada, yada. And
I wanted to freak out.
Frustration rose up in me, and I realized I was wearing my Love the People shirt, and so I shut my mouth.
I wanted to get upset with my kids this morning, but I looked down, and I had my Love the People sweater on, and I thought, this one lady DM'd us and said, I kept repeating, love the people, even your children. Love the people, even your children. And we've had so many DMs and messages, and people go, why did you start with this one? Because don't despise the days of small beginnings. Eventually, we want your whole closet full of what we do. Flannels and pants and dresses, and it'll all come in due season. But we want you to feel confident and comfortable, and especially the organic stuff. It's so comfortable. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's weird. We get messages and people are like, I thought I would take a chance, or somebody bought it for me, and I wasn't sure. I was a little skeptical. Okay, sure, I'm sure it's so soft. And now I can't take it off. I wear it to bed. It's truly the most comfortable pieces of clothing. We had a school teacher. He's a music teacher. He's bought the Ochre Soul hoodie.
It's a white hoodie.
Bright white hoodie with the ochre yellow flag. And he DMs us. It's all embroidered. And he said, favorite hoodie, honestly, I've ever owned in my life. He goes, my wife laughs at me because I wear it constantly. He said, I wore it to school. They asked me to help with lunch. Oh my God. He said, Lord help me, kids got mustard all over my Ochre Soul.
He said, I'm freaking out.
He said, I'm freaking out, I don't know what to do. And I love laundry. I don't like folding, but I'm very good.
If you have a stain, he'll get it out for you.
Oh, that's good to know.
It's part of like clothing and fashion.
Shoes. If your shoes look dirty, he will.
Oh yeah, you gotta have
detail them for you.
So long story short, I said take hydrogen peroxide and baking soda and let it sit for a bit. I said, and if it doesn't, we'll figure out something to help you, to get you something else. And I wasn't sure in that moment what I was going to do, but I knew how much he loved it. And I was like, you know what? We'll figure something out for you. He DM'd back like a couple days later and said, in all caps, oh my goodness, it worked. He goes, it looks perfect. But I think it's interesting because people start to lean into the brand and start to feel like they're part of the family.
Yeah.
And we've been having pop-up shops we never really planned on.
No.
But they've been fantastic. People get to meet us. We get to hear stories. We were setting up at a pop-up shop the night before, and a mom and a daughter walked up. If you guys remember who you were, if you hear this, thank you. She goes, do you mind if we watch? And I said, gosh, no, go right ahead. And she goes, like 10 minutes later, do you mind if I look around? I said, no, absolutely. So we get to chatting. She ended up buying a bunch of stuff. Mm-hmm. She was so sweet. And those kind of moments where you have this human interaction with people blow our mind. Mm-hmm. But it humbles us. Whenever we get an order, it humbles us every single time. And I mean that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's huge for us.
It's huge. Sometimes I'll joke at pop-up shops, I'm like, 100% of the profit goes to help a child in need. And they're like, oh my goodness. I said, yep, our daughter, she needs shoes. She needs... And then they laugh and they're like, okay, that's funny. But yeah, so I think that's why fashion and why clothes is something we've been into. And it brings people dignity. It brings them purpose. It makes them feel comfortable. You have to wear clothes, so why not wear things that are done well, that aren't greenwashed, it isn't fast fashion, and that carries a purpose, and that carries meaning, and it carries life and love, and,
So we had that sink or swim, dream or die moment.
Yeah.
And we are swimming.
Yeah, you are.
And there's a lot of people that have come beside us.
We don't know how to swim, but we're swimming.
I know, and so many people will say, like, I read the lookbook, I looked at everything on the website, and it looks so amazing. And we're like, we have no idea what we're doing. Like, we really don't.
People ask us, were you in fashion before? Were you in this kind of business before? And we're like, no. It's just God-breathed favor on us. And the doors... So what's interesting is when we mean doors and God-breathed favor, a couple years ago, our family photo, our daughter wanted us to take a selfie. She's holding a pair of kitchen tongs.
And she's not really a camera girl. Like, she'll tell us, don't take a picture.
There's the picture. Oh. Okay, right? So a selfie, I got a bandana around my neck, and Mila's wearing a winter hat with kitchen tongs. And we're obsessed with our baby. She's daddy's girl, mama's girl. So that photo made it to the Explorer/popular page on Instagram. No idea how. A lady liked it. And this whole thing unfolded, and I feel like I'm supposed to reach out to you. I look her up, and I'm like, holy crap, is this real or is this spam? Works in Hollywood. She's a fashion costume designer for some of the top shows in America. She's just got nominated for her ninth Emmy Award. I start following her. She starts following me. A year and a half, 2 years later, we launched Love the People. I reposted on my stories, and she goes, hey, what's this all about? Super long story short, she tells us to call her. We're talking to her. She gives us her cell phone. Bree, I said, lead with the female voice. She goes, okay, hey, this is Ro Bree from Love the People. Hey, baby, hang on, I'm on the line. Don't hang up. I'll click back over. We thought, oh, she's going to blow us off. She's like,
15 minutes go by.
We're like, oh, she realized it was us and didn't mean to click over.
What do we do?
Don't hang up. No, we're going to hang up. Don't hang up. Oh, okay, let's hang up. She clicks, are you guys still there? We're like, yes, ma'am. Long story short, she goes, I got 30 seconds to talk. We talked for...
Like 20 minutes.
Like 20 minutes? She goes, you guys are my new friends. Her assistant comes up. She's on set. She said, if I have to stop, take this to Trailer C, take this to this, take this to that. The assistant walks up. Who are you talking to? She goes, you don't give us this much time. She goes, they're my new friends. Don't worry about it. She said, I want to use some of your stuff on one of my shows. It's been nominated. The show has. And we said, I'm sorry, what? And we both started crying like, are you serious? Her assistant walks up. Eddie Murphy's on the phone for you. She goes, tell him I'm on the other line. I'll get back to him in a little bit. I said, ma'am, did you just blow us off for Eddie Murphy?
Other way around.
Yeah. You see, you just blow Eddie Murphy off for us? And she said, oh, he's fine. I talked to him yesterday. I'm on the phone with you guys. And we're like, what is this? We told her, we said, this is not real life for us. We just started a couple months ago.
Just little us.
This isn't normal for us. We want to make sure that you understand that. She said, I love how humble you guys are. She said, but it's okay. We're all just people. Just have different positions in life. So they said they're going to use stuff. Months went by. Long story short, we get an email from the legal department from this television station. Everything cleared legal. Here's what we want to buy. Here's the credit card. Boom, send it to us overnight. Get a phone call. It made it to the television show. They put it on the actor just now, and we're like, is this real life? I'm not often speechless, but in these moments, I'm like, what in the world? We don't deserve that. But those are those moments that we're like, okay, you're supposed to do this. Even though it's hard, and even though we're still building, we're still putting back into it. We're still, eating ramen. We're still, I don't eat ramen, but you understand the point. Yeah. And we're like, thank you that you see our hearts in why we do what we do.
Yeah. So going back to our launch, building up to it, we had been working with Brandon and Steph closely, and Steph was our photographer and Brandon was our graphic designer and kind of like jack of all trades and helped give us a lot of guidance.
They're the most incredible people you want in your corner. We get along so well because the four of us are so similar in how we treat our wives and how they treat their husbands and how our kids are raised, and we both have daughters, and the beauty of all that and how well we meshed together was amazing. And we were getting so close to getting ready to launch, and the pandemic started spiking again, and we're like, oh crud, we're gonna fail. They're gonna shut everything down. We're not gonna be able to do this. And we were scared. For those of you listening, we're scared a lot.
Every day.
Yeah. It's a scary thing to start something like this. And everybody's like, oh, you're going to be super successful when that airs on television. We have no idea. We don't know if anybody's even know what it is, but the fact that a door opened up for us to have a connection with somebody that is in Hollywood is really interesting.
Which turned into a friendship, and I think that's like the biggest thing that we've, just touching somebody's heart was amazing.
So go back to the launch.
Yeah, so we had put a ton of work into developing these lookbooks and these stories and getting ready for
Please
launch.
Please go look at them because we poured our hearts into them.
We did, yeah.
You don't even need to buy anything. Just go read and look.
We're pretty proud of them.
But buy everything.
One of everything.
Yes. And, Steph and Brandon and us, and they have a little one, and we have a little one, and Steph was she was such a guide for me on how to be a mom. Mm-hmm. And she just taught me so much, and a lot of how I raised Mila as a mom is
how we raised Mila
as a mom.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Is what I learned from Steph.
She's like the organic Earth Mama, like holistic. It was awesome.
So then things are going great, and we're getting ready to launch, and Steph starts not feeling well.
Leading up to this, we would have dates every Thursday with all of us and the girls. So if all of us couldn't make it, it was the girls no matter what, every Thursday for a couple years. No matter, we only missed a couple. We
wanted the kids to have some sense of normalcy and routine during COVID. And so Steph's not feeling well, and we're trying to figure it out, and, she's thinking it might be some other things, and she's such a healthy person that I think it went undetected for a while, and she was diagnosed in November. We launched in December, and we lost her in February.
Oh my.
What's so hard is she poured her heart into everything with us. So did Brandon. And we were blessed to see her shortly before she went to the hospital last time. And we launched on December 11th, 12th. Mm-hmm. And she couldn't be there. Brandon and Eliza came. And talking with her mom after the fact, she said that Steph called her and texted her throughout the whole night, like, I feel like I'm giving birth, but I'm not in the birthing room, by launching this with them. And none of us knew that she would pass in a month and a half, 2 months. We all thought she was going to get better and she was going to come home. And the whole idea was we have more parties to have and we have more things to launch. And not having her there, I thought that was hard. But losing her, and Bree made a good point. She said, you can lose people. You've lost people, whether it be grandparents or aunts or whoever it is. And there's a deep pain there. And I don't mean any disrespect for anyone that's lost anyone, but I think you'll understand what I say when you choose to love someone and draw them into the deepest part of your heart and run life with them as a family, and then they're just snatched away. It feels different. We were in such deep mourning. It hurt like in ways that we didn't even understand. We went to counseling because we're like, we can't do this. Yeah. And what hurt so bad was watching Brandon and Eliza being here when Steph's in heaven, and a 5-year-old little girl not having her mom, and Brandon not having his wife, and us not having our best friend. All of it was gone in just moments. We're like, let's just quit. This is stupid. Why are we doing it? Why did she have to go? Let's just quit. It's easy. We just launched. Nobody cares. Nobody knows. And so we went into hiding for 8 weeks? Didn't lift a finger. Didn't want to do anything. Started exploring the idea of getting jobs and just going, this was too hard. And Brandon's like, don't you dare quit. Steph would kick all of us in the butt. And Steph's mom said, don't you dare quit. People need this. Her legacy is going to live on through this. Like, don't sell short who she was and stop now. Obviously, it's going to live on through a million other things. But the people that have been touched by her story already.
Mm-hmm. So we go through this loss, and we're walking through this grief, still and forever. And we say, okay, what's next? How do we've decided to continue on with Love the People.
Very reluctantly. It was very hard.
Reluctantly, yeah. And really try to do everything that we can to honor her. And how do we do that? So we decided that we were going to immediately release a new collection called Love is the Legacy. And that is based on a poem I had written the day after we lost her about Steph, who she was, what she meant to all of us.
The gentle lion that she was.
Yeah. And it was called Love is the Legacy, and that just stuck with us. And it was like, this is a message that we need to share with everybody. And how do we do this? Let's use our vehicle of Love the People and do it. And so we launched a small collection, and one of the shirts in particular is called the Love is the Legacy tee. And it was designed by graphic artist Joshua Noom, whom we've all been
it was Steph's favorite,
fans
Brandon's
of for years.
Our favorite designer.
Wow.
And we thought never in a million years would he say yes. I could brag on him. You can go look him up. He's done things for Old Spice deodorant all the way to Dave Matthews Band to Grateful Dead Johnny Swim to major like Fortune 500 companies, and we're like, he's never going to say yes. So we told Brandon about it, and Brandon got the biggest smile on his face. Weeks went by, he never responded, and we're like, well, that's okay, they're busy. Well, fast forward, he posted something on Instagram, and I said, we'd love to work with you one day. He DM'd me within 4 seconds, did you guys not get my email? And we're like, what email? Went into spam, got deleted on accident. He responded immediately when we emailed him, I would be honored to do this for your friend and for you guys. I love what you're doing. And he cut the price down like crazy.
Very kind, yeah.
And just wanted to help us. So he designed the one I'm wearing right now.
So this one of the lines of the poem described her as a champion of the dark horse. That's exactly who she was.
Yeah.
It's like we were over this little island of misfits, and she was the one just cheering everybody on.
She loved everybody. It's like how she loved people well. Mm-hmm. And then we created hers, and it says love is a legacy. It has her initials on it. It was everything she loved, the desert, the movement of water, cactuses. She loved Arizona. And Josh only had to change it like the most
just
minute
one element.
He nailed it. He nailed everything. There's a skull, and there's just like the moon, like heaven and earth, and
about the balance of life. How life is just a series of balances, and we're just kind of walking that line as humans. And it's up to us to walk it,
and live
being
well.
Open. Yeah, live it well, and being open to the experience, and not being so stuck in. This is how I have to live my life. This is what I require for my life to feel successful or meaningful.
Or feel accepted.
Yeah, and to understand that in these dark moments, in these hard times, there's purpose in pain. And it's not something that gets talked about a lot. And a lot of time we're either ashamed or we're too scared or we're too broken to talk about our pain or the hard things that happen to us. But there's so much power in that. And it's making other people strong through the experiences that we have.
One thing I love about Steph's shirt is 100% of the profit from that goes to Eliza and Brandon. We've sold a ton so far because people want to bless them. We're going to keep it forever. It's a beautiful shirt. And on the front of the shirt, Josh took a picture of her throwing up a peace sign.
But she always did.
And he traced her hand, and it's on there. She did that as she was being wheeled back into the hospital to Brandon. We just want people to understand the beauty of who she was. Go read what we wrote about her, and it's...
Sorry, I thought that was an instruction. I was like, read what?
I say keep that part. That was funny. Bree, you guys should have saw Bree. She literally like...
She was on it, man.
She's like, I'm sorry, what? This way they go to the website and buy stuff. I mean, read stuff. But we love them like blood family, and her mom's the same way, all of her brothers. Shout out to all of you guys. The Haynes are amazing. The Paxtons are amazing. That was Steph Paxton and Brandon Paxton. And then to create this beauty of... Steph was part of all this. So one of Steph's best friends, we call her Noe. Shout out to you, Boo Boo. She's amazing. She came alongside him, but she's also a photographer, and she understood what we understood. And the first hour of shooting was hard. She was like, this is supposed to be, all of us, this is supposed to be Steph. But we're shooting this for Steph. But it was such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. At the end of it, a friend of ours started an East African food truck called Jaconi. He catered the event for us, and everybody in the team and all the people that were there.
So we had like a family dinner.
We had like a family dinner.
So everyone who's involved in the shoot, we invite their spouses and kids to come afterward, and then we have
just
a
hang
dinner
out
together.
And just love on each other. And it was a beautiful moment. Steph's brothers popped in, and her mom was there, and we shot at their family's greenhouse. I encourage you to go look at the lookbook. It is gorgeous.
It is. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Our purpose and what we do is we want to have a purpose behind why we release something, and there's a whole story behind everything. We love beauty and photography, and so when we lost Steph, it was like, no. But then Noe came right alongside of us. She's an unbelievable photographer. And we'd use no lighting. If you go look at all of our stuff, there's not one bit of lighting ever used. Everything's natural. There's very minimal to no editing done. We like the humanity to show through of what we do. And it's been pretty neat. What we wanted to be used for is to reach people at the core of their heart, to understand their self-worth, to understand how important they are, to understand to love well. When we were thinking about launching, I was like, America's hurting so bad right now. Why are we going to launch something called Love the People in a climate like this? No one's going to care. It was just all these negative thoughts in my own head I had to get a hold of. I felt this is true. I felt this whisper from heaven as in the shower. Love hasn't left. It's been asleep. And I need you and my people to reawaken it. Mm-hmm. Above all else, love the people. Love people well. If we can do that better, if we can love better, if we can, doesn't matter your color, your creed, your size, your love breaks down so many barriers.
Yeah.
We want to love people well. And we want people to reawaken the love in their hearts for each other and for why we're here. Time's short. We learned that with Steph. We learned that with me. I could have been gone multiple times. We get a lot of messages from families that are like, I'm challenged to love my family better. We've had marriages on the brink of falling apart, and they DM'd us and said, can we use words from your website to write my husband a card, to write my wife a card? I want to buy this for them. Our marriage is doing better now. Thanks for challenging us. And we're like, what?
And I think sometimes it's easy to say, love well, love each other. And, it's kind of an oblique thing to say.
It's become very washed out.
Right. And I think what we're trying to do is show people that love starts in small ways. Love is often the quiet moments and the small moments that all add up to show another human that they're not alone. You don't have to launch a campaign. You don't have to change your life. You just have to make sure that every interaction that you've added value to somebody. And if there's something that you feel like you want to say, you think about it for a second first. Is this going to add value to this person's life? Is this going to add value to this conversation? Huge. Or am I saying it just to be heard? Am I saying it just to
make myself feel better and to demean you? Am I going to walk away feeling better about myself and then they feel horrible now?
Yeah. Am I checking in on my people? The people who are even the happy-go-lucky ones, the ones who seem to have it together. Yeah. Are we checking on those people too? Everyone in your life. And just those small little things, that is what's really going to change our culture.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree with you more. Like we said, love is thrown around so easy. It's been thrown around for years, but it's not operated in well. It's not followed up with well. People go, why did you pick a tiger to represent love? Because love is not just unicorns and rainbows. It's fierce. It takes a fight. There are good moments. There are bad moments. There's moments when your best friend isn't here anymore, and your love in situations shifts, and there's pain and there's hurt you have to dredge through, but you lead with love. You wrap your arms around each other. There's happy moments of love. There's exciting moments of love. Your kids jump up in the morning and give you the biggest hug in the world. That's the beauty of love. Love is fierce and it takes a fight.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always come easy. Love hasn't left. It's been asleep, and I'm challenging people to reawaken it. Each person starts to reawaken, another person starts to reawaken, and all of a sudden people are being kind to each other again. We can accomplish so much more. And we love what we do. We are blown away that we get to do this. Every morning I wake up, we do it with our daughter. We say thank you that we're happy, that we're healthy, that we're alive, that we're full of life, favor, love, purpose, and energy. Every day. Don't miss it. We don't know what's next in life. We really don't. We would have never in a billion years expected Steph to not be here. A gazillion. I can't even make up numbers that high. Like, we never would have thought she would not be here. Life's short. Love well. Do well. Be well. Check on your people. Bree's right. Drop off a meal. Go get somebody their favorite coffee. Go buy them a Love the People shirt and send it to them.
That's right. That last one there. Everything you do is done intentionally. I think what strikes me is that through your actions, you're giving people permission to open themselves up. And I think we don't live in a time or a place where vulnerability is celebrated, and love requires vulnerability. So to have your entire brand, for lack of a better word, be centered around this very intentional love from conception to completion, I think is just this beautiful hand offering of, we're giving you permission that this is okay. Like, this is an okay way to live. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you less than. And we're going to lead by example through that as well. So it's just so important.
Can I add one more thing?
Yeah.
Love is key, and I know, like I said, I know it's an abused word. People use it to manipulate. People use it to, as a fluff word. But deep love carries strength and dignity. But I want to throw another word in there that Bree and I often like to communicate people is forgiveness. You can't not forgive people. That's part of love. Forgiveness releases you into a place of healing and a place of openness and a release. And Bree and I also like to encourage people, seek help if you need help. seek counseling if you're up for that. Talk things through, work through things. Even if the other person can't, get yourself release in healing and forgiveness. It'll make you a better person. There's so many statistics of medical conditions being worsened and death coming sooner because of holding on to things and to not loving well. And you see these studies that are done about people that are loved well, they live so much longer. And they're rid of most disease as a whole, because when you love well, things are released in your body and in your brain, and it creates this euphoric place of happiness in your being. And I've always loved people well. We're going to continue to love people well. And thank you for supporting us. We've put everything into this. We don't have a plan B. But your support, honest to goodness, means everything. We've had to learn how to relive in a way that you go with very little. And we realize what we don't need a lot of what we thought we needed. When we lost our jobs before the pandemic, and I think a lot of people realize this, you can go without a lot of things. Now, we were forced to financially, but once we went through that, we're like, oh, I guess I don't need those things. The time with our daughter is more important. The time with each other is more important. So it's a challenge to everybody else. Rethink how you can minimalize some of your things in life and take your energy and put it into other things of loving people well, or blessing people more, or helping those that are in need.
Yeah.
It's really key. It makes you feel a lot better. We feel better now than we probably ever have with where we're at.
It's incredible. But I do want people to find you.
Oh, yeah.
So I will say, I got introduced to both of you, Ro and Bree, and Love the People through my brother, who you guys have never met, but
No, we
who
have not.
share a mutual connection. And my brother heard about your brand and went online, and you guys in your first collection have a sweatshirt that says The Human Experience on it, which is just fantastic because it's not something you hear thrown around a lot.
No, it's not. Yeah.
And obviously that's what the podcast is called. So my brother bought it for me. And then I was also telling Ro and Bree earlier that my brother wears Love the People merch like several times a week. He is.
It makes us smile. Like I have like a cheesy little kid smile right now. Like my dad's proud of me.
A brand ambassador. He doesn't know it though.
Exactly. He was like, before your last collection dropped, he's like, did you see they're dropping new merch? And I promise you, the day after you dropped, he had a box at his door. I was over his house, and I was like, you got it already?
He's like, I got the in. I got the hookup. He DMs us, yo, I'll pay extra overnight this. I'm teasing. Deliver it yourself. Here's the plane tickets.
Yeah, right? So, yeah, I mean, there's some really, really cool stuff going on, and I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
Like such an understatement. Personally, my favorite thing is the QR code that's on every piece of clothing.
Good.
I love that so much. I just think that is the coolest way to really talk about sustainability and fair trade. Mm-hmm. So I think everything you're doing is beautiful. All of the thought that you put into every step of the process is so good. Where can people find you?
You can find us online at lovethepeople.co. And on Instagram and Facebook, it's lovethepeopleco is our handle. And yeah, you DM us, talk to us. We love to hear from you.
Please repost, DM. We love communicating with everybody. We really do. We're not just saying that.
We've made so many great friends through the process of building this business.
And people just reaching out to us.
It's just been.
And they're like, you guys are so nice. I'm like, because we love the people. No, but we love watching people succeed. And I tell people, and this is a bold statement, but even if you don't want to buy from us, try as much as possible to start gently switching over to ethical and sustainable, and watch out for greenwashing. You guys can Google all this because it'd be too much to get into, but there are a lot of companies that claim that they are, but they're really not. It's just, they know it's a big movement right now, so it's like, ooh, we need to grab that revenue from that. And we'd love for you to buy from us. That'd be wonderful. We can eat tomorrow. But we also want you to purchase from other people as well to help support family businesses that are trying to make a difference.
Awesome. You guys are fabulous, and
Well, that makes me happy.
We think you're fabulous.
Thank you. No, I really appreciate you have so much going on right now, and you literally just got back from a trip last night, right?
Yeah, I did for you.
Yeah,
And you made time for this.
The 3-hour time change is like,
Yeah.
is it football blown or stuff? Can somebody help me?
Well, you guys did amazing, and I just really appreciate your time. I appreciate your openness, not just about your brand, but who you are, like your own personal struggles and what led you to be who you are today. I think it's so important, and I think a lot of people will resonate with that. So yeah, just thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for letting us be open. I want people to know when they listen to this that the things that happen to us are not by our doing. Like, we know that we have favor and that we're blessed and that we try to steward well what's given to us. The doors that have been opened are nothing that I could have done on my own or nothing we could have done. This is not us doing, it's God giving us favor that we don't deserve, and we try to walk out well. I don't ever want somebody to think that it's us. Yes, we're doing the work and putting one foot in front of the other and taking the risk and chance, but we're also very blessed with people that come around us and give us favor and help us and carry us, and it's definitely a team effort, and we need people. We need each other. And like you calling us to say, hey, you want to do this? Yes, thank you for wanting to do this. It's probably your longest podcast ever, and I'm so sorry.
It's actually not.
No? Okay,
no.
good.
You guys.
Yay. I can beat the record. I'm really good at talking.
So now we have to meet your brother.
Yes,
Yeah,
you do
I
have to meet my brother.
Dinner.
Yes.
So
yes.
really fast, because of our mutual friend, I said, I don't even know who this guy is. So show me pictures, and I was like, oh, they look so sweet. And then I said, wait, is that a pizza oven in his backyard? And she was like, do you want me to text him? And I'm like, tell him I'm coming over for pizza. No idea who he is.
You guys are welcome anytime.
And that's what she was like, he texted and said, come on over.
Yep.
What kind of pizza do you like? I said, ask him what his favorite is. So it was just cute. But I love, and another quick challenge for people, that's how easy it is to make connections with people, is allowing the simple doors to open and just walking through them.
Yeah.
And steward well what you're given. Don't hold on to things. What's your famous saying about holding things? Hold things loosely. How do you?
Oh, yeah. I think it's just, if we've learned anything through this entire experience, it's to hold things loosely.
I love that. I really do.
Because sometimes they're supposed to be there and they'll stick. And when they're not, they're going to flow off.
But either way, you can't make it stay or you can't make it go. So
right. You're just going to end up with bruises.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
Look at her. Oh, philosopher over there.
It ebbs and flows.
Yes,
right?
I like that. Well, this has been incredible. Everyone listening, thank you. I like listening to podcasts. I love listening to podcasts. And sometimes I'm like, it was too short. Like, I was just getting into it, and you like cut off the good stuff.
Save this podcast.
Yeah.
Make sure that you follow Human Experience and save it.
Awesome. I'm going to take that clip and attach it to every episode.
There you go.
I know, right? Save
You're
this
welcome.
right now. Save this podcast right now. Tell your friends. You get a coupon for something. No, you won't. But hey, they're like, where's my coupon? I saved it like 10 minutes ago.
It's in your spam folders.
Yeah,
it's
sure,
definitely there.
But yes, it's just awesome. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Everyone listening, thank you for your time. And you guys
I
have any
forgot to ask you the question I ask everybody. You guys are too good at this. And you've already talked about it, but I still have to ask it. So through the lens of your experience, all of your experience, I mean, you guys have been through so much together. How do you view compassion? What does compassion mean to you?
Break out.
I think compassion is something that you are born with it, but it develops even stronger through your experience. I think that for us, there are moments in our life where we were just completely broken in half. And through that brokenness, our lens got wider. Like, we were able to look at different people and see ourselves and see the pain that we were going through, or the joy that we were going through, or the relief we were going through their lives. And I think that's what it is. I mean, the lens of compassion is a wide lens looking at another person's soul.
It's interesting because it's just goes back to money, but realistically, money makes the world go round. When you have money, it's easy to say, oh yeah, I'll give to this and I'll do this, and it's easy to trust when everything's there. When everything's stripped away. When we went to go meet that gentleman for Joel and his girlfriend for brunch that day, we were downtown and there was a homeless gentleman and a lady, and they were selling these papers. They sell them for $1. So you're not just asking for money, you're getting something. And they say, you want to buy a paper? And before, when you have money, it's easy to go, oh, here's $20, and I never carry cash. One, don't have a lot of cash to carry right now, but I never carry cash in my wallet. And this gentleman walked up to me, and he said, how do you say something about being hungry? And I said, you know what, brother, hang on. And I opened my wallet, and I happened to have almost $60. I don't know where it came from. And I said, I'm going to split it between the two of you. He started to cry. He started jumping, like physically off the ground. We're finally going to eat good today. We're finally going to eat some grill food today. And I broke. It broke me in half. I said, oh my God. He goes, can I hug you? He's crying. I'm crying. She comes running over. They're hugging each other. They're hugging Bree. And you need your paper. I said, no. Keep making money off your papers. Why'd you give us so much money? I said, I don't want you to be without if I can help it all. And he goes, oh, I'm going to eat good today. We lived out, loved the people. And watching that exchange of compassion back and forth of he's going to eat today instead of having to go to a shelter and just get something simple, he was going to go to a restaurant around the corner. And I know people judge things like, well, you don't know what they're going to do with the money. You're right, I don't. But that's not for us to judge.
Yeah.
But the minute he leapt off the ground, probably looked like he had springs in his shoes. He was so happy. He was screaming, we're going to eat good today. We're finally going to eat some good food. And that did something to me that I'll never forget. Help feed people. Love people. It's a basic necessity. So that was how I took that as well.
Yeah, beautiful. Last question. Mm-hmm. What is, and this is such a big question too, so I apologize. What's your vision? What do you want to see happen? What's your dream?
Oh my gosh. We knew it was love the people for years. Mm-hmm. We're talking years ago. We got picked up by a company in New York that was doing an incubator project, and they picked us, and we were flying back and forth, and it was amazing, and it didn't work. It wasn't time. And we're like, but this dream won't leave us. Our dream is eventually to become a household name in a loving way where we can have employees that we take care of so well that their families don't want for anything. They're not pushed 1 million hours a week. They can work from home, or they can bring their kids to the office and have an area for them. They can, have incredible vacation time. And we just want to take care of people well. We've always talked about this, haven't we?
I think it goes back to the holding things loosely thing. And I think the dream is to just have such open hands that resources just flow through them to other people.
Wow, I love that. That's beautiful.
We want to have funds set up. We want to have foundations set up. We want to do things that love people well. And we don't want people to ever be without. And we've known what it's like to be without. We've known what it's like to have. And now we know what it's like to build and be terrified some days. And I want people to not have to fear. If they're around us, I don't want people to fear losing things or not having enough.
Yeah.
That's part of the dream.
You know what I love about that so much is that vision is so expansive. You're not limiting yourself to, we want to sell this much money's worth of. It's so expansive. It's huge, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's so focused on your immediate neighbor, right? Like your first words out of your mouth were about your employees, not about. And there's nothing wrong with this, but not about somebody halfway across the world that you hope to donate money to. And I just think there's something so beautiful and so poignant in caring for your immediate neighbor and those who are in your circle and who you have intimacy with, and not just assuming that they're okay.
Right.
So I really do love that vision, while so big, is also so very concentrated. Yeah.
I see big companies, and I'm like, in my heart, I think you could do better. I think you could love better.
Even years ago, before we had even started this, and we were just talking, and I was questioning, I was praying, and like, Lord, are we really supposed to do this? Like, this sounds crazy, and I don't know how it's going to work, and we already have stability in our life. This was before everything had happened.
Before the
Before the world turned upside down.
Drain goes down. Oh, I got it, the drain cap.
And I really felt the answer to that question was, you have to do it because there are people I'm going to put in your life who will come to depend on you. And you're going to be their mentors. You're going to be their safe space. And so
you're
I
gonna
need to
challenge
build
them.
you in order to live up to that.
Wow.
Not everybody stays, and that's okay. But I want people to remember it was the best place they ever worked for.
Yeah. The best team you ever worked with.
There you go.
I like that. Well, I mean, yeah, everything I hear now is coming back to hold things loosely. And it takes a lot of courage and confidence and intentionality to actually live that out. That's hard. It's a hard path to take.
Yes.
But clearly, it's very rewarding as well.
If we're being honest, I want to encourage people listening. There are days we want to quit. There are days that we're scared. There are days that we want to throw in the towel. There are days that we feel like we have no idea what we're doing. But the good days often outweigh the bad.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So if you're building something, keep going. If you're not getting confirmations and it's not working and you're burning through everything, maybe it's not time. But it doesn't mean that it's not the thing.
Yeah.
Because we tried this multiple times and it wasn't the timing. Or maybe it's something else you're supposed to do. If you feel like you're a creative or you're an entrepreneur or you're a believer, a dreamer, keep trying. Eventually it'll click. And we're hoping this clicks completely like we want it to. And I'm hoping for you this podcast explodes. Podcasts are interesting, you know? What I love about the human experience is one side of our sweatshirt says indescribable joy and the other side says the brokenness. It's part of the human experience. And I think what your podcast is showing is both sides.
And the beauty of all of it.
Yeah, there's beauty in every bit of it because there's learning in it.
Yeah.
The highs and lows can create and strengthen who you are if you allow it to help you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much. I just keep going.
It's like,
Tell me more.
everything is content. Everything is content.
I'm so bad at that.
Oh,
I'm so bad at that.
too. Oh.
I'm like,
We're getting
post
better.
on Instagram.
I think most people aren't. Like, our followers were maybe like to 830, 840 when we're recording this. But sometimes we'll get 100 likes on something, and then you can look at someone that has 30,000 followers and they have like 30 likes.
Yeah.
So Bree and I came to this point of we'd rather have quality people following that love what we're doing. And I want people to know that when you follow us, it means the world to us.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just a number. It's like, oh my gosh, you believe in us.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. And if you're ever in
you.
Philly, come get some pizza.
We are there.
Careful what you ask for.
Oh, I mean it. Thank you so much for listening to The Human Experience. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please subscribe, share it with others, and leave a rating and review on your favorite platform. Everyone has a story, and I'd love to hear yours, so be sure to check out the show notes for more information about how to stay in touch. Do good and take care.